Hey guys, welcome back to DC Extra. My name is Chris, and today we're going to be breaking down episode 1 of Naomi. Before we get into the video, make sure you have watched the first episode because there will be some spoilers ahead. The episode starts off with a voiceover from Casey Warfall, who plays Naomi in this series, where Naomi appears to be having some side issues with her glasses, a scene that reflects that of the one in the 2002 Spider-Man film, which can be seen as a deeper comparison as to the similar circumstances of figuring out their new powers. The voiceover mentions that this is her origin story. As to whether that is talking about just this episode, the entire season, or somewhere in between is yet to be seen. After this opening scene, Naomi goes to a party hosted by Nathan, who Naomi went on 5 dates on over a month ago. While at the party, Naomi makes contact with various different people, one of who is Naomi's best friend Annabelle. While at the party, she is approached by someone who asks her about her Superman fan page, and it is here that we learn that it is the third most popular in the entire world. We also learn why Naomi feels connected to Superman. That is because of her adoption. She believes this resembles her situation, which is truer than she even knows right now. After the scene at the party, we get a cool little intro scene before cutting to one where she is in the kitchen with her parents, Greg and Jennifer McDuffie. Also, something interesting we see in this scene is that Naomi can speak in multiple languages. Now, I'm no language fanatic, so I have no idea what these languages are, but one sounded kind of French and another possibly Russian, but again, don't quote me on these. After this scene, Naomi makes her way to school on her skateboard. On her way, she passes a few key people and places. First of all, she skates past Dee, a local tattoo shop owner, as well as an alien, but more on that later. Secondly, she goes past the car dealership that we later learn is owned by a character known as Zumbedo, who is the third and final noteworthy thing that she goes past on her way to school. When she finally arrives at school, she talks to Anthony, who appears to be another one of Naomi's friends, who gets the wrong address for Nathan's party last night. He believes it's because that he's a towner and that they don't really get along with people from outside of town too well, but we later find out the real reason that he got the wrong address. We also learn that Naomi is in a debate club, which is where the next scene takes place. While in the debate club, Naomi gets a text from Annabelle about a stunt in the town square involving Superman. So in response, she runs out of class in anticipation of catching some footage of the stunt for her fan page. However, while on her way, she begins to feel dizzy and eventually faints, only seeing a slight glimpse of him flying over her. In a later conversation with Annabelle, Naomi says that she heard buzzing when she fainted, although there was no buzzing that anyone else could hear. This is shrugged off, and Naomi decides to question people about their experience of the encounter. It is learned that Superman was fighting some blue alien. People also seem to share the general consensus that Superman's sighting was a stunt and that Superman does not exist. Naomi then goes to a comic store to question one of the employees, named Lourdes, about the Superman stunt. She knows nothing. However, in this scene, she appears to be flirting with Naomi, which is somewhat reciprocated. After going home, Naomi's parents are worried about Naomi's fainting, but decide to put it aside for now and end up talking about her dating future. At the time, Naomi is not dating anyone, but there appear to be 3 main people who she is interested in and who appear to be interested in her, those being Nathan, Anthony, and Lourdes, the last of which we learn has a crush on Naomi. Naomi goes back to the town square to take some photos for her Superman site. So this time she learns that all the cameras have been broken or tampered with. While out, she hears a mysterious noise down an alley, but after looking and seeing nothing, she walks past. The camera stays there a little while longer to show that Zumbedo was in the alley and appears to be stalking Naomi. Naomi continues gathering proof of the Superman sighting and eventually gets enough to piece together a video with the help of Nathan. In this scene, they talk about their past relationship and why Naomi decided to dump him. Also, we learn that the reason Nathan gave Anthony the wrong address for his party is because Naomi likes him and he feels a bit jealous. As Naomi and Nathan watch the video, you are able to see a guy in the background of a few shots. The guy here is Dee, the owner of the tattoo shop. Also, we get a look at Superman and the blue alien, however it is too hard to make out. However, the suit that Superman is wearing appears to be kind of similar to the one in the Superman and Lois TV series, which by the way I'll have a review for releasing sometime in the next few days. After noticing Dee in the background of the video, Naomi and Nathan decide to pay him a visit at the tattoo shop, passing Zimbado's dealership on the way, which is when we learn that some people in town don't really like him. When they arrive at the tattoo shop, Naomi questions Dee about the Superman stunt, but he lies about it and eventually makes up that he was the one behind the stunt. In this scene, we also find out that Dee knows Naomi's adoption date, which he shrugs off to being because he found out through social media. She then posts this revelation on social media, believing it to be true. Later, Naomi and her parents go to a debate, but before going, Naomi questions her parents about how Dee knows her adoption date and why she wears glasses when they appear to only make her vision worse. But her parents reassure Naomi that it's nothing, but she still believes that Dee might have had something to do with her birth parents. At the debate, the topic that is being debated is about nature versus nurture, which reflects her situation being raised by her adopted parents. Nathan, Anthony, Lourdes, and Annabelle are all in the crowd watching Naomi. While on stage debating, some extra military guys walk in, and it's at this time Naomi starts feeling unwell again, eventually fading. After regaining consciousness, Naomi talks to her parents, how she thinks that her fainting has something to do with the recent Superman sighting, but her parents don't believe her. However, Annabelle does, and they talk about this. However, Naomi zones out when noticing some of the military guys talking to each other. One of them pulls out a piece of paper detailing evidence of Superman landing in the Red River Forest, so Naomi decides to go investigate. While walking around the forest, she finds some discs on the floor with mysterious markings on them. Also in the forest, she runs into Zimbado, who knows about her Superman fan page, and asks why she wrote about Superman, which she responds to being connected through their adoption. However, he laughs at this as he knows the truth about her and how her and Superman actually have a lot more in common than just their adoptions. Zimbado wants Naomi to give him the disc and threatens her for it. We also learn here that Zimbado was indeed stalking her, as I theorized a bit earlier. Naomi gets scared from Zimbado's threats and her powers start manifesting, as seen by the leaves floating around her, although she doesn't realize that it's her doing it. While this is happening, Zimbado details his experience to getting powers, and how he decided that with them, he could terrorize people and be better than them, or so he believes. After her encounter with Zimbado in the woods, she goes to talk to Annabelle about it, and she believes her story, and they decide to get the disc back by breaking into Zimbado's shop with the help of their friends. While looking for the disc, Naomi finds an old newspaper with the date of March 14, 2004, which is the day she was adopted. There was a photo on it with Dee in it, and it appeared as though he didn't age whatsoever. There is also a safe in the shop they find, however, they don't have enough time to open it as Zimbado comes back. After her discovery of the newspaper, Naomi decides to pay Dee another visit, where she now learns that Superman's stunt was not him, and agrees to try answer any of Naomi's questions. Through her questioning, she learns that something similar to the Superman appearance happened on the day she was adopted, and that the buzzing she was hearing has something to do with people like us. The use of the word us implies that Dee and Naomi are both different to everyone else, which is something I believe will be explored more heavily in later episodes. After this, Dee shows Naomi his wings, and she starts panicking. She eventually asks Dee one final question, which is, who am I? After all the events that took place in this episode, Naomi begins to question if what she has known her entire life about herself is actually true, or whether there is something more to her than she knows, which once again I believe will be explored in future episodes. Overall, I think this was a really good first episode, setting up all the main characters quite nicely, as well as the plot of Naomi discovering her powers and the threat of Zimbado. I will have a separate video coming out in the next few hours going over the trailer for the second episode of this series, as well as one for a review of the season premiere of Superman and Lois Season 2. Anyway, that is all I have for this video, so I hope you did enjoy, and if you did, please consider subscribing for more content like this, and leave any feedback in the comments below. But until next time, it's been Chris, and I'll be seeing you.